The saffron toucanet, Pteroglossus bailloni, is a species of bird in the family Ramphastidae found in the Atlantic forest in far northeastern Argentina, southeastern Brazil, and eastern Paraguay. It is a relatively long-tailed toucan with a total length of 35 to 40 centimeters, 14 to 16 in. As suggested by its common name, it is, uniquely among toucans, overall saffron yellow. The back and tail are darker, more olive in color. The rump, ocular skin and patches on the basal half of the otherwise greenish hornbill are red. The iris is pale yellowish. This species is dimorphic, meaning that males and females have distinguished looks from each other. The adult male has a golden head and breast, olive mantle, the wings, shoulder feathers and back, and red rump. They have a modestly sized bill, with green, gray-blue, and yellowish-gray color all along it. Adult females are similar to the male but have more olive and less gold coloration. They also have a shorter bill. A young toucanet is mostly olive and gray-colored, with brown eyes and a blotchy bill. The saffron is found in the Atlantic forest. The Viridis group, a superspecies group that includes the saffron, was separated from the other Pteroglossus group around 3 million years ago. The topologies observed in the study showed the saffron toucanet as a member of the Pteroglossus viridis group instead of a sister lineage to all other Pteroglossus. The saffron is separated from the other species in the viridis group by the Brazilian savanna biome. It is thought that this species is part of an ancient stock that became isolated in the current Atlantic forest from marine transgression and were not able to adapt and invade the Brazilian savanna. It depends on forested habitats to survive. One study investigated whether species endemic to the Atlantic forest and with small geographic ranges were more vulnerable to forest fragmentation. This species was found to be endemic and high sensitivity to the fragmentation, meaning that since they are native to the land, they are more likely to be affected by the split. It was found that species at the edges of their ranges were sensitive to fragmentation as well. This may be due to fewer nearby populations for species to move to once their local populations were lost. The saffron is a large gape frugivore. Due to their nature, they are especially crucial for plants with larger seeds to disperse themselves to further areas. They are one of the few birds that are capable of carrying larger seeds to new locations. One study suggests that there is a strong association between species contribution to network modularity and species number of interactions. Species with many links tend to establish interactions both within and among environments and to exhibit a greater contribution to nestedness. On average, species that contribute more to network organization, like the saffron, are at a higher risk of extinction. Without a connection between certain species of plant, there may be ecological and evolutionary consequences such as co-extinction. The saffron toucanet has been observed making nests beginning in October. The highest numbers of active nests were recorded in November. Their nests had a cavity depth of 20.0 to 68.0 centimeters, an entrance diameter of 4.3 to 7.4 centimeters, and a cavity height of 7.0 to 24.0 meters. Due to their small size, they do not need large cavities for their nests and they do not need to compete with other species for suitable spots. They prefer making their nests in living trees such as the Garapa, Apelea leocarpa, and the Aspidosperma australe. The diameter at breast height, dBH, was between 44 to 132 centimeters. They do not tend to reuse the same cavities for their nests. Courtship for these birds involves the male singing and feeding the female. They will preen each other. The female will lay 2 or 3 eggs that are incubated by both parents for about 16 days. The diet of the saffron mainly consists of fruit, like figs and palm fruits. They have also been noted to eat young birds. In one study, a saffron toucanet was observed entering a red rump cacique nest, removing the nest contents by swallowing them, and flew away. All of this occurred within 30 seconds. It is thought that their smaller bodies help them be able to perch on the nest, enter and exit quickly. Another study saw one unsuccessfully attempt to attack the nest of a white-spotted woodpecker. The saffron toucanet, Pteroglossus bailloni, is a species of bird in the family Ramphastidae found in the Atlantic forest in far northeastern Argentina, southeastern Brazil, and eastern Paraguay. It is a relatively long-tailed toucan with a total length of 35 to 40 centimeters, 14 to 16 in. As suggested by its common name, it is, uniquely among toucans, overall saffron yellow. The back and tail are darker, more olive in color. The rump, ocular skin and patches on the basal half of the otherwise greenish hornbill are red. The iris is pale yellowish. This species is dimorphic, meaning that males and females have distinguished looks from each other. The adult male has a golden head and breast, olive mantle, the wings, shoulder feathers,